Hello again and welcome everybody to another exciting episode of Will's Let's Plays kind of Castle Crashers. Today we're doing a pretty easily unlocked character. You just get this character from beating the barbarian boss, start of the game. Obviously pretty easy. But gonna play him. Doesn't have a lot of good magic abilities, but the kind of build I've started going for this guy is pure strength, so it's gonna be fun. We'll go straight from the beginning. Don't want to skip anything. But we'll have a little higher levels than usual. So as you can see, I've actually got a full kind of retard build going here. These guys are very confused. Obviously, they're like, hey, why is this guy attacking me? I thought we were friends. But the ram's kind of useful, knocking people down. But see, the barbarians kind of got the cool axes. That's kind of neat. Yeah, good kill. Using your ranged magic to get that last hit on an enemy you know is really low can actually be really useful. If you time it right, you can get them as they're coming out, and that is obviously really nice. Get the kills really quick, but as is, still got them pretty good. If you excuse me, allergies are really bad today. So here comes the first story mode of the game. You can get down the stairs really quickly by rolling. It gives you the distance, but the falling from the height really helps you out there. Grab some health potions. Yeah, really need them. Fortunately, I start with a lot more gold because I already played through a little bit of this guy. But we'll run back, grab a different pet, because we need to make sure we can get levels somehow. Gonna grab the hawk. Try not to get hit by anyone. We'll keep the broccoli on right now, just because it's a fun weapon. And you can see I've already started to go a little bit further. Not too far with this guy though. Kill. When you're playing with another person, a good combination is Ram and Hawk, because the Ram continues to knock people down all the time, and the Hawk gives you lots of experience when they're down. The one thing I'm really not a big fan of in multiplayer mode, though, or especially local multiplayer, is all I really do in this game. I don't really have a lot of friends who can do long distance, but yeah, one big problem is like the experience isn't really shared. I understand that's like how the system works and everything, but it can be really frustrating when you've got different levels on your characters, and it really doesn't feel as fun when one person's a much higher or lower level than the other person, because Castle Crashers has a way of snowballing, kind of like once you start getting ahead, it's like you're going to be really far ahead, especially if you think about your build in a kind of thoughtful manner, and you're not just level everything up equally, because that's going to, I mean, if you leveled up everything equally, you have a really hard time in this game, like, really bad. Get this guy, oh, so close. I need to work out a good spot to catch him, because I know he always comes at the same spot, but still. So it's kind of neat. His call down ability is a little different. It basically functions the same as the arrows, but it looks a little different. It's kind of cool. It's neat. I approve. This guy's so sad. He's trying to revive his friend. Spoilers, I never revive him. He's dead. back to this boss fight, which really well designed. I don't know if I mentioned this the first time. So the second you start the boss fight, you'll have a cross on you. That red cross will be centered on you. It's just part of the game. You'll be targeted. So what's almost guaranteed to happen your first playthrough is either you're gonna walk off it or you're gonna stand there. So your first playthrough, you probably just kind of stand there like, wait, what's happening, right? And you get hit with a bomb, and it teaches you, okay, so wherever you see these X's, there's gonna be bombs coming out. And that's a mechanic that recurs throughout the entire game, and the fact they can throw that in so easily and at such a low kind of low risk scenario. Because that boss fight is never hard. It's only long sometimes if you really have low damage. But it's a nice fun boss fight. It gives you the kind of, oh, this is a really big enemy that I'm taking down as a much smaller enemy, and almost a Shadow of Colossus type feel, and that's the kind of stuff I really love. When you just, like Dark Souls as well, when you just feel like, oh man, I'm this small thing, but I'm taking out something much bigger than myself through skill as opposed to sheer brawn. I'm just running past these. Oh, I can't. I forgot. So I have to kill these poor sleeping guys. Unfortunately. Probably made this joke last time I came through, but I always seem to think this is kind of like a sick bay. Just murdering these poor sick people. Injured in battle. Especially, it probably hurts even more now that I'm a barbarian. Killing my own friends. Now, if they had made this the part of the barbarian boss stage, then it would be much harder to grind because you'd have to go through the screen every time. But fortunately, the barbarian boss stage actually starts here, so which is why this is farmed for gold so much. So when you're in this fight, as anything other than level 1, you are probably best off just throwing out some magic. I mean, I did almost negligible damage to him, but it's worth a couple of right clicks, as they say. So yeah, if you jump up and swing, try to stay in front of him, you can just quickly take him down. I mean, I'm really not that over leveled at this point in the game. Yeah, I've already beaten this obviously, but even so. My favorite way of getting all the gold is to just go from right to left or left to right. And make sure you don't miss anything. When you're with other people, obviously it's just a free-for-all to see who can get the most gold. And something you probably aren't going to see in my little Let's Play thing here is you're not going to see me fight with anyone else. Probably not going to get any multiplayer in. So you're not going to see me fight for a princess, but if you're really interested in what the best way is to fight for the princess, then your best bet, what I usually do is keep your shield up as much as possible. Is he really dead already? What a nerd. Also, shout out to these guys who were just like standing there watching, like, oh shit. Anyway, oops, was in the right spot. So, I'm distracting myself now. So you keep your shield up as much as possible, right? And when your opponent launches an attack or goes for some kind of magic, then what you can do is you can just drop your shield for a second, maybe. Oops. You can't use any items or anything from up here except for health potions and your bow now, as I conveniently forgot. So keep your shield up most of the time, and then when their guard is down, just get a single attack in, or maybe a magic, like a projectile. What you really don't want to do is get into a slashing battle unless you know that you've got the stronger attack. Most of the most of the basic knights actually have a pretty decent stun locking ability, right, with their Y magic. I mean, Blue Knight is the prototypical example. Like, if he freezes you, it's like, lol, well, now there's nothing I can do. You can just cast it as soon as the freeze is done, and I'll be stun locked here forever. And you can't do anything about it. But Red Knight has a similar one where if he gets you in his Y, he basically just kills you until your health is done, unless you've got really, really high health. I guess the Orange Knight doesn't really have that kind of thing. What's this guy doing? Jesus. Die already. Pooping owl. Yeah, that's what I was saying. But if you're playing as the Blue Knight or the Red Knight, the Green Knight can mostly do it with the poison. Green and Orange Knight, it's mostly just their poison is just so much DOT that if you spam it out, you can just knock them out. Quick Lake. But yeah, nice thing about playing as a really strong strength hero is you can just kind of like walk through a lot of these fights. The only annoying thing is that when you get knocked over with arrows all the goddamn time. But then you just do one of those, jump and swing. You do so much damage that you mostly just kill him. I'm getting so much health. It's ridiculous. So what we really want to do is grab this guy just for this fight, because it gives you way more maneuverability in this water. Probably said this the first time I played through this level, but it's really kind of like the biggest expanse of water you have to go through in the game, except for one level later, the marsh level, or the level before the marsh level, I guess. But I mean, he's so useless for so much of the game that it's really not worth it to pick up the Seahorse ever. Your first playthrough, you'll probably pick him up because you're like, oh, a new thing. Here we are, Troll Pet, not gonna get him right now. If you roll off big inclines like that, get nerded on. Look at this guy, he's like, oh shit. He's trying to do some washing. But yeah, again, Hawk really nice, because every time I get hit by an arrow and I get a kill, he'll bring me some health from it. So it's totally worth getting hit. These guys will give you a lot of health if you kill them, but usually it's not worth it. Full health in this bucket, really don't need it. I'm not really working on the grind, so I'm just gonna try to end this quick. But this is a boss that is incredibly easy if you really just want to end it quick. Especially when as one of the regular knights. Of course, the one time I actually want to end this quick, he's not coming in range whatsoever. It's really nice having two people for this fight, because one can focus on killing all these little trolls, and the other one can focus on killing the nice big fat troll. All the trolls automatically die if you kill the big mama troll, but they don't get experience for them. So if you're working for grinding experience, it's really not worth it.